We were married for, must have been well over 60 years.
Only a few months off 70 years.
For 75 years.
And she put up with me that long.
We had a wonderful life.
We had a good life.
Well, feeling for each other in the maximum way, you can't do better than that, can you?
I think we're all extraordinarily lucky to have people like that with us.
Well, I met her at a dance.
Yeah, at the dances we met.
Codziennie, 4:00 to orkiestra grała tańcówka. Zapoznałem się i potem...
A chap came in and he was introduced and we had a little gossip. And then this chap who'd come in said, would you like to come have tea with me one day? And I said, well, no, why not?
There's just something about her. And actually, it's a funny thing, you know. I was 18. I don't think I'd ever taken the girl out.
I think it was the first time. I mean, he was a total nutter, God bless him. He said, I'm going to marry you.
I said to myself, I'm going to marry you.
I said, well, don't be silly, dear.
That's how nice she looked.
And he was quite right, he did.
He was a cane cutter, which is unheard of nowadays. They come from south up to the North Queensland for the cane season every season. And that's how you used to meet all the young chaps when they come up for cane cutting. Oh, it wasn't a long courtship. He knew me long before I realised who he was or anything. And then when we really met, we married a couple of months after.
We go over to skating, roller skating, and that's where I met her. I liked her.
He was a driver in the army. He wouldn't have anything to do with any of us girls. Well, we just sort of took to one another. I locked him in the food fridge one day. And when we opened the fridge, he'd eaten half the chicken legs.
I was 14, 1936. Dad was 15 and 12 months. He was a handsome man, no? He was clever, he was well known, he was mad about football. I met him at the Upper Baraka. The young ones, we used to meet there, having fun. They used to have all the Italian songs that keep you happy. Everybody write the songs. We give it to each other. We've got beautiful life before the war. We had beautiful life. From the first day, he said to me, the first word he said to me, I'm not going out to pass my time. I'm serious. That's the first word he said to me.
I met a girl called Enid Wagner, and I fell in love with her. That was in 1939. I joined the Navy. The world was in an uproar at that particular time. Enid and I decided that we would call off our engagement until such time as we could do something about it.
You have your blues, your difference of opinion. Well, that's happened to us.
No marriage is perfect. There's always odds and ends to fix up.
But we talked to each other for a few days and I think they come together again.
Go through all your arguments and things and come out on top.
You make it up and carry on again.
He was easy to get on with. We never had an argument. We didn't agree on everything, especially politics. He was a bit of a socialist when I met him.
I just thought he was a nice boy.
He came back in 1946 and he died in 49, so we didn't have long together.
And we were going to a dance at night on the Saturday night. It was the Saturday morning we bought the ring.
I love the music. They would come down with the 16-piece band in the little old School of Arts in Baltimore.
It was so easy to get on with, and as I say, no fights, no arguments or anything. That's why I never was interested in anyone else, because I had such a happy marriage, good marriage.
Because I was all keyed up thinking, oh, everybody's going to notice my ring, you see, with my hand around his shoulder. And
they would play on the lawn at the Coolangatta Hotel.
It got to the very last dance of the night and nobody had even noticed it. And then one lady standing next to us and she saw the ring. Oh, so...
Brings back a lot of memories, all these things.
Well, my greatest love never knew that I loved him. I was in my 20s, but I developed this mad crush, I suppose. And I used to think, he's marvellous. God, he's beautiful.
Didn't love each other, but loved the sex.
He didn't look at me.
And he wouldn't ask me out each time he was back on leave, never make any signs that he was interested in me at all.
He had a crush on some other girl. It was a roundabout going like that.
All of a sudden he got me at the station and he said, I'd like to walk you home tonight. And I said, oh, yes, but it's a long way. You've got to go that way and you live the opposite way. Anyway, that's how it started. And that was the first that I really realised that he liked me. He took my arm and that's all. He didn't want to kiss me and, hug me. He did nothing like that at all. He just wanted to talk to me.
One day they had a message from the local aerodrome saying they were having a party in the mess. We went there with an escort, a matron, very strict matron, and we were formally introduced to the all the fellows, which today would be unthinkable, but that's the way it worked. And of course, being well brought up young ladies, we danced with whoever we were introduced to, and then halfway through there we changed partners. And that is how I met my future husband, because Margaret's partner was given to me and that was it. She never got it back again.
There was a young lieutenant in my unit who was interested in the arts, and I became friendly with him, and he'd just got married, and he was one of those young married people who thought that everybody ought to get married, and he invited me for dinner one night. His secretary was there. She was a lovely girl. I think I probably fell in love that night, and it took an awful long time to get around to getting married, but then I was in the army for a long time. I took her to places like the rainforest, and we camped in the rainforest and actually built a shed together. I've never nailed two bits of timber together in my life. That must have been a shock for a girl from the northwest of England, coping with rainforest and leeches and all those other horrid things that happen. Well, God bless her. Anyway. Enid Wagner, my old girlfriend from 62 years before. She was then in her mid-80s, so too was I, and we met under the big clock at Central Station, where everybody in our youth used to meet. We never married, we never ever slept together. It was an amazingly close relationship that we had, and we were so happy. And at 99 years of age, as I was when when Ian had passed away, that my life is, in that direction, is finished, you know.
That's my wife. That's another favourite. I like it very much. When I first met her, she looked like that. And when she passed away, she looked like that. She still have the youthful face. Always smiling. My wife got sick and she passed away after a couple of years.
Was you something was wrong?
In October he died, as quick as that.
He died about 5 that afternoon. Yeah.
It was Wednesday. He died on Friday. He said to me, I said to him, I love you, darling. He said to me, what you talking about? I loved you all my life. That's what he said to me. That's the last word. When I never saw him again. People in the street, they stop me and tell me how much he loves me. At church, in the supermarket, in the streets, I meet people and tell me how much he loved me. I miss him so much.
I just lost the love of my life.
Yeah. I relive it time and time again.
Leave me here by the river. Let me stay and dream a while. Let me sit here by the river and watch my dreams go floating by.
死咗啦，都有10年啦。
Tonight I'm feeling blue. It's the first time that I met you, that I come here without you. It was here that we first wandered, when we vowed we'd never part, hand in hand together. It was here I won your heart.
She's lucky, I think, in a way. She's 94 and she had this fall and she just slipped away quietly.
God took you away. The time
She'll always be remembered forever and ever and ever, because she was that sort of a person. Yeah, really, yes.
And I've been here on my own since.
But now when I am lonely, and I'm all alone it seems, I can always have company here at my river of dreams.